Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to go over what it's like to have a 20-foot shipping container as a shop. Probably could go for a 40-foot shipping container as well. I've been in this thing for about 6 months at this point, and I've got some opinions about it, and I've worked in it, I guess, enough at this point where I feel like I can kind of talk a little bit about it and how to make working on one maybe a little bit better. I'm always open to suggestions, so if there's something you think that I could improve on this thing to organize things a little bit more, or make a little bit more room for myself, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think that is. Also, let me know if you're considering buying a shipping container as a shop. I had one subscriber let me know that they were thinking about doing that, and that's kind of what inspired this video. So I think Tickleball is your name. Thanks for that suggestion, or at least giving me the idea for this video. And last, if you're not a subscriber, please go down, click subscribe. Also, give this video a big thumbs up, helps me out with the algorithms. All right, so let's talk about real quick why I'm in a shipping container right now and where I kind of came from and why you might want a shipping container shop. Basically, I started off in a storage unit that was a 200 square foot, 10 by 20 storage unit. I moved into this thing, it's 8 by 20. It is 40 square feet less, and I definitely notice it. I am much more crammed in here. And so when I had that storage unit, it's not like I drove there every time I wanted to work out of my shop or get a tool or something. I lived there on property. I managed it for 4 years, 4.5. It was actually right about exactly 4 years now that I think about it. And so when I moved out of there, I wanted to take my tools with me, and I needed something temporary to keep my tools in because, number one, I'm living at my parents' house right now while I finish up my bachelor's degree. And while my wife finishes up her bachelor's degree, we will graduate in May. We will walk together and receive our diplomas together on the same day, at the same time, in the same university with the same degree. So why I ultimately ended up choosing a shipping container was, first of all, they're already built, already made, ready to go. And yes, it was kind of steep for the size. I feel like I paid $5,000 for this. These shipping containers are stupid expensive right now. You used to be able to get these things for like $3,000 in my area not that long ago, maybe 3-4 years ago. But with COVID and inflation and everything, yeah, I had to drop 5 G's on it. So number one being that it's just extremely portable. This shop I can have them loaded up right onto a standard tow truck that you'd get your compact car or half-ton pickup truck hauled away after a crash, or to the shop if it needs fixed and you have no other way to get it there. Same tow truck, that's what hauled it here. It was very quick, easy, and I should be able to move it again really cheap. To sum it up, point number one is just that they're ready to go. $5,000, drop it, you get it delivered to your place. Number two is that it's portable. I'm never gonna have to walk away from it. I'm not gonna have to pay some expensive shed moving company to move it. Like I said, I can just get a standard tow truck to get it moved. It's a really portable shop, I guess, to put it in other words. Number three, I guess it was minorly economical, especially if I was getting it for the price that you used to get them for, and what hopefully you'll be able to get them for again here in the not too distant future. And then, so I'd say number four, and that is my future plans with this thing. What I'd really like to do, and I mentioned this in my comment to the person that was asking me about this shop, that eventually what I'd like to do is have 2 of these 8 by 20 shipping containers, so 20-foot shipping containers, have them sitting about like this with a like 20 to 24 foot gap in between them, and then having one of those portable, not portable, but little Versatube garages. I think you can get them from Home Depot and stuff. The company I know that they come from the most is like Versatube. That's the company I associate them with. I know other companies sell them too. But basically you just span it across. You just buy the roof only and you span it across the 2 shipping containers. So my ultimate goal is to have a 10-acre hobby farm, and this would serve pretty much as the equipment storage. So if you've ever watched Diesel Creek, or I'm sure there's probably 40 other YouTubers that have the same kind of shop setup. Diesel Creek's the guy I watch that has one of the same setups, but the idea would be basically really similar to that. What I'd like to do is pretty much store like pipe and steel and other long material in here on the walls and stuff. I could also store small engine equipment, chainsaws, things like that. Things that don't necessarily need to be stored inside of the shop, so I could keep room in the shop for projects that are being worked on, and tool and workspace pretty much. And so I could keep all the material in there. So underneath the open roof area, I could park my tractor, could park trailers, whatever, you know. The options are pretty open there. So I don't necessarily want this to be like a shop tour, because I do plan to do that kind of a video at some point, and I want to keep those kinds of videos separate. But I was asked about these shelves. So being that this is a metal building, and hopefully the lights will let me pick it up. It's kind of dark up there at the top. What I did was just take a piece of 1 inch, or a lot of pieces of 1 inch square tubing, and then some, I think, 1/2 inch square tubing. And this might be 3/4, I don't remember the exact size. It's like 14 gauge. And I welded a piece coming out, and then I welded this rail to it going across. And then I welded another piece at 45 degrees going up. And they actually turned out all pretty nice. They're really, really heavy duty, sturdy shelves. I couldn't ask for really anything better. But something I've considered doing is doing like another run of shelves about at that height. I don't know if that makes any sense over camera. All the way around, so I have more room to put some things. I've also thought about putting some shelves to put these little parts and material storage containers. I keep PPE in them and things like that. Look at this, it's turning into a shop tour. Anyway, taking these things and being able to line them up on the wall, getting some more stuff up off the floor to try and create a little bit more room to work, or at least things to put on the floor. And so really having any decent amount of tools in here is really, really difficult to do. I've got 8 feet from wall to wall, and so that means I've got 8 feet of floor space. And then, you know, when I put in a 2-foot table here, I've only got 6 feet over here to work with. When I've got shelves and stuff to put up on this side of the wall, I'm down to about 4 feet maybe at best on the floor to work with here. So really this would be like my #1 recommendation. Either find a way to bolt up or glue up, or whatever the heck you have to do. Some shelving, weld up would be probably my suggestion, if you have the ability to do that. And I'd probably just do them almost all the way across. I have this problem with this fridge here, and the big shelving unit. I could probably shift that all the way down and continue on with that shelving if I really wanted to up at the top there, and I still might. I'm just running out of scrap material to do it with. So I guess kind of last thing, when I recommend this as a shop option, I definitely would if you need something temporary, right? Like, I'm all kind of about working on your own stuff, self-reliance, repairing your own things, not throwing things away if you don't need to, maintaining your stuff, taking care of your things, even though, you know, the mess in here would make you maybe think I do something otherwise. But really, that's what I'm all about. Self-reliance at the end of the day, at the end of it all. That's what this channel is about. And so if it's something that seems like the most reasonable option to you, I definitely would suggest it. But if you got 10 G's to drop on a shop, you know, go get like a 16 by 24 pour concrete pad, spend $12,000 on a VersaTube garage, and you'll have a nice big garage door and a side door to get into, and it'll just be a much better, more workable shop for you. It'd probably cost you about that much if it was like the 8-foot tall wall heights. They're really not that expensive. You know, if you've got 5 G's to drop on one, that might be getting into, if you've got a permanent place, build a wood one that's just a little bit bigger, 12 feet wide by 20 feet deep with a concrete pad. Get one built for the, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 it'd cost. But if you need something temporary, these shipping containers work, and they're definitely an excellent option because, like I said, I'm going to be able to adapt this in the future, move it onto my property, and turn it into, well, something pretty similar, but still different at the same time. Anyway, guys, I hope you liked this video. Again, go give me a big thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you learned anything. Let me know if I helped you with your decision or anything like that. So anyway, I hope you'll be a part of that, and I really hope that I'll see you in the next video.